Alright, Happy New Year's, everyone. I was playing a bit of Arena and then it kind of crapped out on me, so I gotta kind of restart this recording here. Anyways, been playing Grixis Shadow. Have you seen the past couple of days? It's been a pretty decent deck. Pretty good matchup against a lot of the stuff in the meta right now. It's a difficult deck to pilot for sure, but it can be very strong and you can win in a few turns. Yesterday I was playing, I misclicked a few times or misplayed, and that cost me the game, but that was entirely my fault. I don't think it's the deck itself. The deck itself hasn't really had a bad matchup, to be honest, and that's pretty good. Uh, the most rough thing, I guess, the hardest thing for this deck to do is to keep up with um, like humans or elves. I guess that would be the worst matchup we can have, humans or elves, because they can outpace us by putting a lot of damage on board and going wide, and we don't really have the tools with dealing with decks that go wide. I can definitely deal with decks that go tall, but not wide as much. So that's the only real bad matchup, and I've been able to get to plat 1. Unfortunately I wasn't able to get to diamond because I was playing last night and I was kind of tired, so I didn't grind all the way to diamond. But I was pretty close though, but not like it really matters because the season was ending anyways, and I wasn't gonna get any extra like rewards or anything really that was worth staying up late. So yeah, this time I started in gold 3 when I go and try to climb with the Death Shadow deck here, and yeah, go from there. I was playing Reanimator Esper last season just to, change things up a bit, and its deck is pretty good. It can have potential to win on turn 3 or even earlier, maybe. But basically, the only thing I don't like about the deck is it's very reliant on your draws. I mean, namely because you don't know what payoffs are going to be dumping to the grave, or if you're going to draw like the reanimation cards in time and stuff like that. The variance is pretty high and difficult to kind of pilot. I was thinking of maybe changing this deck up to be a Urian deck, so I might try Urian build in this deck with 80 cards, and we'll see. I think that'd be an interesting approach to this deck because it will give us a lot more card draw, a lot more ways to do things. Maybe make it into a Mardu style deck where we can like add in like Fateless Looting, add in Thrill Discovery, stuff like that. I think it's called Thrill Discovery. Yeah, Thrill Discovery. I'll start trying this. Yeah, so Thrill Discovery, just to dig through our deck, and yeah, Thrill Discovery. What else? Yeah, Fateless Looting is probably gonna be the other one. And I think maybe Cathartic Reunion or something might be good, but I think this is better than Cathartic because I think it's only 2 mana. Oh, remember Cathartic Reunion if it's in store. Arena's been kind of buggy for me. Like my game crashed last. Maybe it's not. I don't think Cathartic Reunion's in here. I think the other one, Thrill of Possibilities in this. But I think Thrill of Possibility is not as good as like Uncharted or something, or Uncharted Course. Anyways, yeah, I might convert this deck to an 80 card deck. I've been seeing it. Well, it's a bit different in when you're playing it with in Modern, because in Modern you have the ability to yeah, you have the ability to basically play really good uh fetchable or searchable stuff. Like you have the unmarked graves, which can kind of pick which payoff you want to dump to the grave. You have like stuff like that. I think maybe Burial Lives in here. Is Burial Live in Historic? Okay, maybe not. Burial Live and I think Entomb or not. I think Entomb would be too strong if it was in here. Yeah. So we're missing Unburial, or Unmark the Grave, Persist and stuff like that to make the deck really strong. we're missing some really good ETB effects. Like these cards are good static effects, but they're not really good. They don't really provide value immediately when they enter the board. They usually have to wait a turn before they generate any sort of value, and they are legendary. So I'll think about trying a Urian deck with more draws and give us more ability to play more removal, like Thoughtseize and stuff like that. Like you'll have like more ways to kind of pump and dump and um, speed through the deck even with 80 cards, and you probably won't have to worry about decking out with Vorinclex as much. You can just hold Vorinclex on the board for a long time. But the draw variance in Esper type or Reanimator type decks are just kind of crazy, especially if you're playing Urian. You have 80 cards, and I don't know how to build that quite yet. I might do a 4-color Urian deck, and we'll see. But yeah, for now, I think the Grixis Death Shadow deck has had a pretty good matchup against every other deck I've played. It's a really fast deck. It can be extraordinarily difficult to pilot, and as you can see in my couple of my last recordings, I made a few misplays, which cost me the game. Either I wasn't really reading cards that my opponents had, or I was just sequencing incorrectly, and that kind of lost me the game. But yeah, the deck can be very powerful because it can threaten to be not lethal on turn 2, but it can threaten to like disable your entire opponent's hand on like turn 2 or 3, because if you keep dot seizing, inquisitioning, discarding with Crocs, you're playing a lot of hand disruption, and to back that up, you have Drown and Lock to kind of negate any of their big powerful plays, and you should be able to tempo with the Drowns and out. If you have like Dragon Rage Chandler and they can't remove it, yeah, we have plenty of ways to um, apply pressure in the early parts of the game and later into the game when you need to. You can play Lurrus. The only problem with the deck is it has a difficult time dealing with decks that go wide. So like elves and human tribals type of deck, or Death and Taxes deck. We have a little bit hard time dealing with that. So I don't think there's a way to really deal with that outside of our sideboard, which would be like the Witch's Vengeance for against tribal decks. I haven't really took the deck into best of 3 yet, but if I did, I think this is definitely a great card to play, because you can deal with elves and tribal decks a lot easier, merfolk, stuff like that, which is the decks that we have trouble with because they go wide really quickly, and we have single target removal. We don't really have any board wipes, and so that's the weakness of this deck. And the lands can kind of get a little funky sometimes. I tried to change the land up to be a little bit less greedy with the Fable passages, just to have Fable to have it, but it's not necessarily a main component of the deck. And the main components are just going to be the shock lands that will try to give us as many colors as we can get. Since this deck is very punishing when you don't have the right colors. Other than that, Soul Lantern's been pretty good against mirror matches, against Phoenix decks. I wish I drew this against the Phoenix deck I was playing yesterday. It would have been a blowout against them, but I unfortunately didn't draw it. So it's just a one of. In the side deck, you play 2 more. So definitely gives you a way to kind of beat mirror matches or other graveyard eccentric decks, either Reanimator decks or Phoenix Revival decks, stuff like that. So that's that. The other main difference here is I added Unholy Heat. Unholy Heat will help us deal with control decks, especially ones that are playing a lot of Planeswalkers. Unholy Heat is a good, cheap way to kind of deal with that. It doesn't really deal with artifacts all that well, because I was playing another Abrade, but here to kind of deal with some artifact hate. But I think between the Kolaghan's commands that I have sided and the one Abrade here, I think we should have enough to fight against other lanterns, Digger's Cage, or Tomb. So we have ways of dealing with artifact graveyard hates. With Rest in Peace, we have Feed the Swarm to deal with that. Right now, I'm not too comfortable bringing the deck into best of 3 just yet, and so I'll be doing that when I feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm getting there though, and so I think this deck definitely has potential to do really well in best of 3. Maybe a little fragile to graveyard hate, but our side deck definitely can deal with some of that, and we're made to deal with control matches up, control matches really well because we have spell pierces, inquisitions, we have you know, mystical disputes. We have plenty of ways of dealing with control mirrors or mid-range type other mid-range type decks. We just have issues dealing with decks that go really wide really quickly, being either like Gruul maybe, or humans, mono white humans, or deaf and tax, or mono green elves. So those are the three type of decks that we see a lot of in best of one because they uh, are probably the most consistent decks to give people wins in best of one, and we do see a lot of that. But I'm not gonna tailor my deck to play against them because I think this deck overall has a pretty good matchup against everything else that we played against, and I like the way the deck plays. Yeah, I don't want to be adding too many board wipes because my board is pretty weak to uh, wiping myself, and I kind of don't want to do that. Hopefully the single target removal is good enough, but that's not always the case because if we don't draw it, it kind of sucks. But yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's say it's a keepable hand. We can Steam Vent Aether Gust or Aether Bomb. Just to have the bomb out and to sack it if we need to. Turn after that, probably just Crocs. Turn 1, Aether Bomb. Turn 2, Crocs. Turn 3, will Expressive. I think that's the order I'm going to be playing. I'm going first, mowing down again. They mulligan, right? 7 crits. Oh, they were mulligan twice. I need some combo deck rugby. Really fast pace. I think I'm just gonna unholy heat here, so in case they do keep a greedy hand, this is gonna punish them. Here, I think I'll go Croxa. I kind of want the double red sources, so I might Expressive next turn. Should be another card from their hand here. Alright, yeah, we just punished them. I mean, it feels bad because they mulliganed to 5, but by doing that line of play, by just killing Elf, denying them they were to keep any high end cards, and then doing another card, eat another card out of their hand, I think in the long run we just win from there. They see Loris, they see Croxa. They think they know they're gonna be dead in the next couple of turns with the sequencing I was doing there. It's almost New Year's Eve, so happy New Year's to everyone that's watching. I'm not gonna be doing too much. Might go see some fireworks later tonight. But yeah, outside of that, just chilling right now. That's a pretty good hand. I always like seeing these two together. It's always a feel-good situation. I think I want to go Chandler up first. I think I'll attack to be mana efficient. I'm just gonna Croxa. That way, next turn, if I do need to remove something, I might be able to remove it. But we'll see. If not, I'll consider and double dump and try to get have Croxa really active early on. go through this. Double death now. Guess the double death shadow. Since both my shadows are in there, I think I'm just gonna do this. I might be able to Kolaghan's command, grab one of the shadows back, and then go there. Crap. I don't know if I want to shoot the crab just to get it out of the way. I think for them to make it effective, I'm gonna shoot the crab here. I thought C's be a good draw next turn. I think it might be. It's better than drawing a land or something. Whoa. Alright, well, scrying has been extraordinarily weird for me here. Yeah, the game is kind of buggy when I try to scry. It seems to want to work though. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of the artifact and just grab creature back. Or grab back the shaman. Maybe could Croxa, but I don't know. I don't know what if I'm afraid of anything. Dominable. I don't know if I'm gonna add lures just yet. Two want to leave Drown Walker. I think I'll leave Drown because I can't cast any of them. If I do add lures, I can't even. If I cast next turn, I can't do anything with him. This way, if he doubles Magna and tries to Adonimal, I might be able to take care of it. So he has to choose. If he does it, I'll counter it. Now Crocs, bring him down to 1 card next turn. Whenever I draw, I'm just gonna dump into the graveyard, or it's just that. He can't do anything either. But I need to be able to leave some mana open up. Slowly eat away at his hand. I want him to cast it so I can counter it. Alright, if I cast this, I could potentially lose here. If I don't get a blue source, but YOLO. Let's do this to just kind of thin down our deck to make sure we can get a blue source out of it. Probably grab Consider, add this to hand. Don't think I need the Neighbor Bomb yet. Sell this. I'll play it as a 1/1. It's fine. I guess I'd be playing into a... I'm surprised I still only have that many up. Or, I don't have Delirium quite yet. If I draw another land, I'll for sure cast the Croxa, which I might try to do. I might try to consider drawing another land, cast Croxa, and have Drown. That for sure I would probably want to counter. Doesn't allow him to draw cards. I feel like it's toxic here. We are just gonna leave this up just to scare him. I don't really have anything else here. I still don't have Delirium up quite yet. But we are threatening to do a lot of damage. I guess if he doesn't call instances, we can nuke whatever he brings out. That's not powerful. Just need this. I can double cast the Croc, so I'll get rid of this thing. Yeah, I think we can win from here. Let me try to figure out this. So I can do Chandler. Hit this. See if I have a chance. That's bad. Get rid of one of the creatures. Instant. Oh, we got a creature. This. Yeah, there you go. So he's not gonna have a hand at all. Alright, cool. So that's 3 for 3. Oh, I guess I did 2 games here, but I did play another game earlier. It's just the arena crapped out on me. I was trying to scry for the consider and it kind of just froze up on me. I did win the game. I was playing against Mom and Red, and Death Shadow just kind of clocked him quicker than he could clock me with his burn spells. Okay, yeah, I wasn't too worried about the Locust God. It's like, okay, he can return it. Just gonna draw. I could just double Croxa, get rid of his entire hand, and then well, it doesn't matter what he top decks at that point. I think the best combo he could have done was maybe. Yeah, I think he was just gonna make a bunch of tokens, I guess. What's this thing? You draw this card, so you make 2 tokens. I guess that would not too much. No, okay. Now that I actually read the creativity, I kind of understand it better. So you gotta pay like either 1, pay 2, kill 2. So it'd be like a 5-mana. I always thought it was a 3-mana spell. Do something, but it's more or less like a 5 or 4-mana spell. It's 3 mana, I guess, if they play Minx. And then I guess you can just declare X as whatever. If you do mastery with Domo, cast a Domo, then I guess you can declare X as whatever. But I'm not too sure how that ruling works. When you cast it with masteries. Yeah, the Magnet Opus was a little annoying, but it wasn't that bad. Cool. Yeah, I think the Croxas are helping. Rather than playing these Sky Claves. Sky Clave was cool, but I just wasn't doing any damage, so I was never really able to cast Sky Clave effectively. But with what I've been doing with Croxa, just kind of cycling through him, pretty good, and being able to see him a little bit earlier, it's been pretty nice. Okay, so decent hand if we can get a blue source. I'm gonna play this just in case we have blue source, but it might be a mistake. Ah, I think might have been a bad hand to keep, honestly. All right. Alright, I am gonna play as if I'm not gonna draw blue source. So, I guess we would have settings. It's always annoying. Junior settings, sure. Alright. Might lose this one. If I draw Colgan's command, that'd be perfect. Let's kill a couple things. We'll kill both these things, I guess. And we are drawing a bunch of expressives and no blue source. Alright, I think this particular game's a wash. Was being a little greedy against this. I just pay it. I'm not going to really do anything with this shit. Non-human. He has a bunch of human. Oh, each other non. I think this is more annoying. If he makes it big, I can. Oh, it's Trump block, I guess. Some of it? Yeah, it's got. I didn't have source to really deal with this. I mean, I could Luris. Don't really know what that's gonna do. Trump block and heal, I guess. It's the best I can do. Not having blue source definitely sucks. That was a greedy keep by me. For sure. I gotta be careful with this because if I heal 3, it's an 8-8. I think I can still block the Vanguard and Death Shadow will still survive and I can still heal off the Lurus. And I'll still be at 2 next turn, I guess. Okay, he had the answer to that. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. I hate how Arena does this. It just hasn't really been cooperating with me. Did this yesterday too, where it just the beat screen or whatever, it just freezes up, doesn't really want to proceed forward. Give it a minute, but if it does it, I may just end the stream earlier and get really annoyed with Arena on Mac. I wish they would make this game better rather than keep trying to add new stuff that no one asked for rather than fix the basic components of the game. Alright, so I don't think it's gonna I have to be able to kind of force quit this. So I didn't stream any. I did have a couple of matches, my first loss for today, so not too sad about it. Kept the greedy hand. I didn't think draw a blue source. Draw a blue source would have been golden. I would have been able to probably fight back on board. But yeah, it happens. Not too sad. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Happy New Year's. Probably be uploading a couple more short videos. And yeah, go from there. Take care.